If your dog listens in the kitchen but ignores you outside, he doesn't fully know the cue yet. I'll show you 4 reasons this happens and 3 simple ways to fix it. Most of the time, this is not stubbornness. It's a training and environment problem. Once you see the pattern, your dog's behavior starts making a lot more sense. A client once told me, "Cooper knows come. He just ignores me at the park." In the kitchen, Cooper turned fast. At the park, he kept scanning and moving. That gap tells us something important. Knowing a cue at home is not the same as knowing it everywhere. Dogs do not learn commands like humans memorize words. They learn pictures, patterns, and payoffs. They learn the room, your position, the distance, the energy, and what usually happens next. So when the picture changes, the cue can suddenly feel half new to your dog. The first reason is distraction. Your dog is choosing between your cue and everything else. A squirrel, another dog, a smell trail, open grass, those can easily beat a weak cue. That is not your dog blowing you off. It is competing reinforcement winning the moment. If the environment is too hard, your cue is no longer the most relevant signal. That is why a clean sit in the hallway can disappear right at the front door. The door predicts the walk, and that prediction can spike anticipation before you even cue. When anticipation rises, attention narrows, and your dog may hear you without responding cleanly. Owners often call that stubborn. Trainers usually call it context plus arousal. Before you judge the dog, look at the picture around the dog. The second problem is quieter, but it ruins a lot of otherwise good training: bad timing. Dogs learn from the exact moment you mark and pay, not from what you meant. You ask for down, your dog lies down, pops up, and you reward after the stand. You think you paid the down. Your dog may think you paid and getting back up. That is how behavior gets muddy, slow, and unreliable when real-life distractions show up. Late rewards blur the lesson. The fast, clean rewards sharpen it. Recall is where this shows up a lot. Dogs rarely come back in one perfect straight line. If you only pay the messy finish, you may be reinforcing the slow arc back to you. Dogs are incredible pattern detectors, so even a 1-second delay can change the lesson. The third reason is simple. The cue was never really proofed in the first place. Proofing means teaching the cue across places, distances, positions, and distraction levels. Many dogs are not disobedient. They are just undergeneralized. They learn sit in the kitchen, facing you from 2 feet away before dinner. That does not automatically transfer to a sidewalk with motion, distance, and noise. To your dog, those can feel like 2 completely different exercises. And that is exactly what was happening with Cooper at the park. His owner had practiced recall mostly indoors, with almost no real distraction ladder. So Cooper knew the word in one picture, not in the full real-life version. Once the park added smells, motion, and distance, the cue started falling apart. And one more thing can make all of this even worse: over-arousal. An overexcited dog is not in the same learning state as a calm dog. High excitement can look happy, but it still lowers listening, precision, and impulse control. Think park zoomies, frantic leash pulling, or a dog vibrating at the front door. In that state, your dog is not being naughty. His brain is busy managing energy. The cue may be known, but access to that skill drops when arousal gets too high. So how do you fix this in real life? Start by changing the picture. Fix 1. Lower the difficulty until your dog can win quickly and often. Move farther away, shorten the session, and bring rewards that actually matter outside. If your dog fails the cue twice in a row, the picture is probably too hard. Build easy reps first, then climb distraction one small step at a time. That is how a cue becomes usable outside the living room. Fix 2. Clean up your marker and reward timing so the behavior stays clear. Mark the instant the correct behavior starts. Then deliver the reward quickly. For recall, reward the turn toward you. Then pay big again for the full finish. Go to Terry. For sit or down, reward while your dog is still doing the job. Clean timing makes your cue clearer, and clear cues create faster, stronger responses. Fix 3. Proof the cue under threshold, not in the middle of chaos. Practice in new places before the environment gets so exciting that your dog stops thinking. Use a ladder. Home, doorway, sidewalk, quiet park, and only then busier spaces. That is exactly what Cooper's owner changed. Easier reps, faster marks, and gradual park practice. Within 2 weeks, Cooper was not perfect, but he was turning faster and listening sooner. That is what real progress looks like. Better access, faster response, and fewer failed reps. Change the picture, clean your timing, proof for real life, and follow for more practical dog training.